Sup? It's been a while. Let's talk about these earphones, shall we?
About to one take this shit.
So these are the RHA True Connect, and I've been using them for the past week and they're pretty great. Initially, I wanted to wait until there was a review of them before I grabbed them in case they sucked, but luckily they're actually pretty good. So starting off with how they look, the earbuds themselves are small with a matte finish, which I really like. I also feel that black, the only color that they come in, are very stealthy, premium, and they give them a very under the radar look. The carrying case that they come with is made from metal, which again adds to the whole premium feel of the product, although I'd say that the case is a massive fingerprint magnet because of the matte finish. Opening the carrying case shows how much charge is left through the 3 light indicators. I also found that opening and closing the carrying case was oddly satisfying. The metal hinge that the case was made with is really smooth, so more often than not I felt myself playing around with the carrying case, which is quite weird, but it was actually quite fun to play with the carrying case. What sort of enticed me to pick these up despite the lack of reviews was the specs. And about the specs, the True Connect claimed 5 hours of battery life with an additional 20 through the carrying case, so 4 additional charges when you put them back in the carrying case. The earbuds themselves are IPX5 rated, so they're weather resistant, they're splash resistant, and they are sweat resistant, so you shouldn't have any problems using these in the gym. The earbuds also feature full device control and digital assistant control via touch and mic, and with that mic you can also take and make calls. And finally, the one thing that really stood out to me whilst they're looking at the product specifications on the website was that this charging case actually charged through USB Type-C, and you can get 50% charge in just 15 minutes. Okay, so I'd say from my experience, what was listed on RHA's website was fairly accurate. The earbuds actually fit very well. I felt no ear fatigue whilst wearing these for long periods of time. I can't stress enough how important comfort is for me, and most of the time whilst I had these in, I totally forgot that they're actually in my ears. That's how comfortable they were. They also provide excellent passive noise isolation. So whilst I was going to lectures, just going around, walking around, I couldn't really hear much. So it really blocks off any noise coming from outside surroundings. The earbuds do in fact charge rapidly. I'm not sure if it charges to 50% in just 15 minutes as RHA claimed, but I would say it's roughly around there. The pairing process was seamless, and it was also quite easy as well. So you take out the earbuds from the carrying case and then they pair to each other and then to your phone. The whole process is like less than 5 seconds, I'd say near enough instant. Okay, as far as battery life goes, I would say yeah, they're pretty good. I'm not exactly sure if they're 20 hours, like if you can actually get like 25 roughly hours as RHA claim, but it's around there, and I've been using them for a week and I've been using them quite extensively as well, just to really just put the battery life through its paces, and it's pretty good, I'd say. Okay, now for the part that everyone is interested about. How do these sound? Well, they sound pretty good. They're not exceptional, but they're fairly good. I would say that these have a very bass driven sound signature, so if you like a lot of bass in your music, then you'd love these earbuds. But for me, I like a very neutral sound signature, and at times I felt that the bass was spilling into the highs and the lows of the music I was listening to. Now let's talk about things I don't really like very much, because as we know, no product is perfect. So I mentioned earlier that these earphones have full device controls. Well, pressing the button once on either the left or the right earbud pauses and plays the music. To increase the volume of the music, you double press on the right earbud and you triple press on the right earbud to decrease the music. To skip forward between tracks, you double press on the left earbud, and to go to a previous track, you triple press on the left earbud. It sounds complicated, but it's actually quite intuitive, and I'd say that you'd get used to it fairly quickly. But my biggest problem was the button pressing on either the right or the left earbud just wasn't very tactile. They're not massively mushy, but I would have preferred a more satisfying click or a little bit more travel to let me know that I've actually pressed the button down. Another negative thing I found out whilst using these is the audio sometimes cuts off on the left earbud, It's not long enough to ruin the listening experience, but it's long enough for you to notice it. Also, it didn't happen very frequently, but happened enough times for me to mention it in this video. But yeah, that's what's up. These are actually a really good pair of wireless earbuds, despite all the negatives I've just mentioned. I really like the way they look. They sound pretty good. They're small, they're under the radar, and I'd recommend them to anyone who was in the market for a pair of wireless earbuds. But what do you think of them? Would you pick these up? Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, that's about it. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Until then, stay classy.